Let me go back a little bit to Rwandan President Paul Kagame. The point you just made of him taking credit, doesn't this vindicate him? There are people out there who argue that he's arguably a visionary, one of those guys who sees very far. And by him coming up with this idea, sort of takes away all the other criticism that we are used to talking about or reading in the news.
It doesn't really take away the other criticisms, especially of denying his people the right to own an opinion that may be different, for example, from the Rwandese Patriotic Front, which is running the country, or that may be different from his. If you're talking about that, then we can put it in a broader historical context. We can look, for example, at a man called Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin was a man who came to power in what was called the Soviet Union in 1922. This is when he came to power. This is when the founding father of the Soviet Union, Lenin himself, was bedridden until he dies 2 years later, 1924. Stalin rules from 1922 to 1953. And arguably, you can say, without Stalin, you probably would not have had the Soviet Union then, as it were, as a superpower. He created a superpower. But guess what? In 1989, what happened? The Soviet Union collapsed. There is no such a thing as the Soviet Union anymore. At the end of the day, it is good to build markets. It is good to build roads. It is good to put in place physical infrastructure. But what you cannot dispute, what cannot be disputable, is the building of people's minds. What is very important is the freedom of human beings, the freedom to think. The freedom to think, because when you are a leader, it assumes that you are actually leading people. You are leading people. And if you are leading people, you cannot deny them the basic rights of thinking. Because a former US president, Barack Obama, actually said, even with prosperity, without freedoms, it is a form of fundamental poverty. I couldn't agree with him more.